Most owe nonsense is annoying but petty letters about trash cans, paint colors, or mailbox height. But when Oa Karen set her sights on me, she decided to crank the crazy up to 11. It all started when she claimed my truck, parked in my own driveway, was an unapproved commercial vehicle. I laughed it off at first. It was just a Ford pickup, not a dump truck or tow rig. But Karen didn't like being ignored. A week later, I found an envelope taped to my door. It looked official, fancy formatting, a county seal at the top, and the words "Notice of Court Summons." According to this document, I was being ordered to appear in municipal court over repeated violations of HOA covenants. Only one problem. I don't live in her HOA. I looked closer, and something smelled off. The font was wrong. The seal looked like it had been photocopied off Google Images. And the date of the alleged hearing, a federal holiday. The courthouse wouldn't even be open. So instead of panicking, I called the clerk of court directly. She confirmed what I suspected. There was no case filed under my name at all. That's when I realized HOA Karen had forged court papers to scare me into compliance. Well, if she wanted a fight, I was going to give her one. I gathered everything. Her fake summons, the envelope with her HOA return address, even the ring cam footage of her waltzing up and taping it to my door. Then I scheduled a meeting with the county prosecutor's office. They were very interested. Fast forward 2 weeks. I was summoned again, this time legitimately because Karen had actually filed a civil complaint. She strutted into court with her usual smug grin, binder of violations under her arm, acting like she'd already won. But the tables turned fast. The judge asked her to state her case. She launched into a tirade about how my truck was destroying neighborhood property values and how I'd ignored repeated court summons. That's when my attorney stood up and handed the judge a copy of the forged papers. Your Honor, before we continue, we'd like to enter into evidence what was delivered to my client's home last month. The judge looked it over, frowned, and then slowly raised his gaze to Karen. Miss, where did you obtain these? Karen shifted in her seat. The HOA legal department. The judge cut her off. There is no legal department for a neighborhood association of your size. These are not legitimate court documents. This is forgery. In my courtroom, silence. Karen's face went white. The bailiff stepped closer. My attorney slid over the video footage showing Karen taping the papers to my door. The judge shook his head. This isn't just contempt. This is a criminal matter. Karen tried to backpedal. I was just trying to enforce community standards. It's not a crime. The judge slammed his gavel. Forgery of court documents is a crime. Bailiff, detain her immediately. And just like that, Karen was handcuffed right there in the courtroom, screeching about how it was all a misunderstanding and how we'd regret this. But the judge wasn't done. He turned to me and said, "Sir, you are free to go. I suggest you consider filing a civil claim for damages as well. This HOA has wasted enough of the court's time." Walking out of that courtroom felt better than any revenge I could have imagined. Not only was Karen exposed, but she was arrested in the middle of her own lawsuit. Her case against me dismissed with prejudice. Word spread fast in the neighborhood. Suddenly, HOA Karen wasn't the queen bee anymore. She was the lunatic who tried to fake a court summons and got hauled off in cuffs. The board scrambled to distance themselves from her, and within a month she'd been kicked off entirely. And me? My truck's still in the driveway, shinier than ever. Every time I see Karen's house now, I remember the sound of the gavel and the sight of her being escorted out, screaming as the judge ordered her arrest. Some victories taste sweeter than others.